I lived in Latin America. I've lived in Mexico for 4 years. I lived in Spain for a year, and I've always been fascinated with my discoveries there, and of these really important lives that growing up as an American I actually knew very little about. And it's kind of a correction of my own ignorance, a way that I enter into these projects. And I've also done a script about the conquest of Mexico. And in a way, I saw this as the companion piece to the conquest of Mexico. You have the conquest that occurred, and then the reassertion of the power of the Latin that was embodied by Simón Bolívar. So I feel they're bookends in a very long, heavy story. Well, you have to take some license to do any story. Just the telling of a story is dramatic license. There is no empirical truth. That being said, there are agreed upon factual sequences that we adhere to very clearly. Everything that happened that we're representing as history in the film is recognized as history. And we wanted to be bulletproof in our presentation of the historical record. To give us a dramatic license to explore the feelings and emotional lives of these characters, which no history can claim to be one way or another. I would say that the biggest license that we took was the creation of the Martin Torkington character, the English character. Because dramatically speaking, we had to establish something of an antagonist in this story. And when we're telling such a large amount of his life, the antagonist force allows us to bring dramatic compression to it. Now, that being said, Martin Torkington was based on a couple of real characters. It wasn't an Englishman that came out of the sky. It was there's a character named Hyslop in the history. There were other people that really did interact in these kind of unusual ways with Bolívar, and they all got compressed into this single character of Martin Torkington. Because before now there was no Edgar Ramirez. But I have to say that until the emergence of Edgar, no one could quite see how this movie was going to be made. And when the Venezuelan actor that kind of embodied that energy and that spirit emerged on the world stage, there was finally a path to make the movie.